All right. So, good morning, everybody. We are in February. We just finished Bullet. You are on the Wise One channel with your host, Lady Caren. How are you guys doing? Missed you guys. Sitting here. Okay. So, I, I'm in my living room. Yeah. Okay. Messing around with the lights. Now I'm a little blind, so just give me a minute to chill out here. Starting late. I haven't made a video in forever and a day. I don't know if I want to know how long this takes. I haven't looked at the past videos. It really, really, really affected me looking back in the videos. That my voice wasn't pleasant to my ears on the recording. And so I asked, people, do I really, really, really sound like that? Yes, apparently I really, really, really sound like this. And that's not what I have in my head. And the way I hear myself, that's not what comes out. Let's see if I can do this right here. Like, yeah. Okay. Let's see. So, I hate the sound of my voice when it plays back in the recording. So, I'm going to have to figure out how to get my stuff edited. Yeah. Where I don't have to listen to me, or I can get it to sound more cinematic, my voice. And yeah. Thought maybe a better mic, I got a better mic, and yeah. Still nothing good I like about it. So in the background, that's cute, isn't it? Alright, so I picked that up from the thrift store. My dad was kind enough to pay for it. And um we'll call him my fiance. It's a iffy engagement. Um I don't think he said yes as much as he just but whatever. Um he found the hook that hangs that, and instead of putting in shoes, decided to put in masks, hand sanitizer, gloves, socks, because kids don't like to wear socks in the house. So as soon as the kids come in, shoes come off, the socks come off. So I thought I'd just hang them there. So gloves, everything else that you need for going out the door is in the back of the door there. It's cute. I like it. The problem is you have to train the use of it. I thought it being a certain location covered the house. This is where it goes. It is not what it is. And then today I want to get the shelving that I'm using as a shoe rack up there because that seems to be where we put our boots and our shoes. So I thought location. I work to trade the kids and myself to take 5 minutes. You come in that door, you start that timer. 5 minutes, you take off all your shoes, your coat, your outside wear, all the things that you need to take care of, all the things that you're bringing in. 5 minutes, take care of everything that you have to help take care of the crazy lifestyle. If you take care of that, that way it'll be right there, socialize, less than 5 minutes to go out the door. And my life just felt doomsday like. Oh my god, this horror movie. I should quit watching friendly shows. Creepy. Creepy. Okay. So it it's a work in progress. I'm not gonna give up until it's a fluid thing, getting in and out the door. 5 minutes to get ready, 10 minutes from when you start. Yeah, no, I don't know. So, where have I been? What have I been doing? Besides hiding from the sound of my voice. Ah, still going to therapy regularly, still working part-time, still haven't gotten a business going. I quit doing dishes. My dad's been doing it. Watching him, like, I'm learning about my father. He's very easy, water off the duck's back kind of guy. Um, I didn't do it to find out what irritates him, but if something irritates him, he won't necessarily tell me. So I've been trying to do dishes again, stuff, get the house clean. But, to figure my dad out. Hasn't been cleaning around the house. No, he used to. He used to keep everything clean. It's been a year since my mother's passed away, and he used to work and then come home and wait on her hand and foot, and made butler everything, cook, and used to clean up the house and stuff. And I'm home now. I should clean up the house. There's still ways I mean that I should be working on business, should be finishing, learning all I can for coding, learning all I can for religion, and I kind of want to brand figuring things out for people who don't know better, and myself included, about lifestyle. It's not that I don't know. It's that I would like to explore and build a particular culture. I have an idea for a culture, for a lifestyle. I want to build it, but I want to see how applicable it is to actual real life. Where does it apply? Where does it fit in? How well? What problems will arise? What sacrifices need to be made? Is it sustainable? Is it self-sustaining? Is it is it doable? And how doable is it for every lame to every multi-million bazillionaire? You know, I want it to be a type of lifestyle that would fit anyone and everyone. And I can't be the only one who has these inspirations and ideas and hypotheses. And I can't be the only one who's testing these theories because it's not just my problem. I'm considering that it's probably several other people's issues. How they want to approach it. How many people have the same method as me or the same desire to approach it the way I want to approach it? I've been trying to experiment, but trying to think it over, mull it over. I really mull over things a lot. And like I said, because therapist talks about fear of failure. I have the fear of success. The therapist doesn't listen to me. He, he really doesn't understand what I say when I speak, and it makes it really hard to listen to him. So the things that pop out his mouth, like, it makes it rather difficult. But I haven't given up. I'm like, okay, usually if it's not going the way it should, doesn't mean that I don't affect it as much as it affects me. So trying to get what I want out of therapy. Where do I want to go? What are my actual goals? How do I want to achieve things? Um, what am I afraid of when I succeed? Afraid of getting up to a point where once I'm up there, alright. Yes, you caught me live again. I haven't been live for ever. I've been hiding from the sound of my voice. I'm doing great. How are you doing? I may be delayed on this end. Horribly delayed. My phone calls aren't coming in. Just sit in a nice place. I'm thinking that the nice places that you should sit and live in, like your comfy couch, it should be like center of Wi-Fi, unless you're hiding from it. Mentally great is I'm sorry that you're not physically doing great. That's aw. You will get better. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you'll work it out. You just have to get through it. I hope that you get better soon, physically. I'm glad that you're mentally great. That's awesome. I mean, that's half the battle. Definitely, definitely half the battle. Mentally, mentally and physically upset. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the cards are my whole office is tossed up. I haven't been doing all the things that I want to. I've been sitting and considering all the things that I want to. You received a letter today about your disability. All right. Aw. Yeah, I can understand that you received a letter today about your disability changed to fully disabled. Yeah, that's living with disability is hard. Living with a full disability, by putting, thank you for the like. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Um, yeah, I hope it gets better for you. It's a good thing, but it's also sucky because I won't be able to work anymore, and I'm just 32. Yeah, that's the reason why I haven't gone to disability. Yeah. Or haven't tried for it. I don't even know if I qualify. But yeah, I haven't gone for it because if I make it in business, I can make more than otherwise, and I can make enough to actually live on. That's a positive way to look at it. It's a very hard thing to take because they only pay you so much, and you really can't. I mean, if anything else comes, it's hard. You can't like tap out. Like you hit a ceiling. That's all they'll pay you for, which is how they manage all the people with disability. But like literally, like if you live beyond the means of what they pay you, I mean, you can't live beyond those means. You can't live under those means and make that much because then they'll go, "Oh, you're not spending it all. We'll have to reduce it." Yeah, they pay you only what you cost to live, and the world costs so much more than the cost of living. But it's great that you look at a positive things in a positive way. I am finally completely. That's good. That's very good. That's not always easy to do. So mm, I found all the sweetener in my coffee. It did not stir well. I'm used to living on base minimum, and now my disability went up a bit, so we have a little bit more months than you're used to. Yeah, it's because the inflation of prices are going to go up, so it's still going to be like you live with less than what you can. I do not live below my means. I do not make enough means to live on. If I did not hook up with my fiance, I probably would have been screwed. He doesn't understand that last night. I was going to get into a discussion, but he's not in a mental place to take that. Took you 8 years to get out of debt? Hey, that's pretty fast. You must be very diligent with your finances. 8 years, that's pretty good. Usually it takes people more than 30 to 60 years. I go to Germany this you're in Europe. America, there's no way you can get out of debt in like 8 years without making almost inhumanable sacrifices that people don't talk about, like skipping meals and things just to get out of debt. I go to Germany once a month to buy my groceries because it's cheaper than here. Yay. Oh gosh. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's good that you figure out how to do things. I can't do groceries once a month because I like buy all this perishable stuff. We don't have enough freezer room. Even though we have like a freezer downstairs, a freezer upstairs, and yeah, be debt free. Oh yes, that would be great to keep it. I mean, America lives on debt. You have no idea. We are so inheritedly in debt. It's ridiculous. Inflation sucks. Gas prices went up. Yep. Yep. Yeah, the gas prices. So I've been trying not to use our vehicles, which I'm sure I'm not the only one that's not driving anywhere. Like I want to go and do stuff and go places and have fun, but even free stuff. It's not like when the kids were younger, it would be drive to the free night at the museum, drive to the, free night at the zoo. That a lot of zoos and stuff have that are sponsored by stores and you know, and it would be like drive to the library. Like my aunt used to walk up the street to the library. It is not a walk up to the street. Small children. She had all walking children by then who would just walk and do what she says. I don't know what, but my kids, you don't just walk them anywhere. I mean, yeah. I'm lucky to live in a small country where the electric bike. Oh, that's sweet. Couple of weeks. Electric scooter. Yeah, I want to get my daughter. I got my daughter a car. I was going to get her electric scooter because she goes everywhere and it'd be easier at gas for her work. The distances aren't that huge and go everywhere. It's electricity. Oh, that's great. That's a pretty good setup. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad here. But I mean, my children are small. Usually people will be like, yeah, we go riding our bikes, we go do this, and they do it, and I think it's because their kids are older. My youngest is getting old enough where I can do all that stuff, but the people who do it with younger ones, we should have a younger friendly society. We don't here that I can find. Yeah, we are, yeah. America is trying to push out strollers and friendly stuff, kid friendly stuff. Like kids don't belong at restaurants or movie theaters or places in society. And we got Americans putting out videos on how to make it look like your kids don't live there at the house. And I miss Dr. Montessori's work. It should be everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, it needs like kid friendly stuff. So how's the puppy dog? If I remember correctly, you have a big old puppy dog. Probably still thinks they're a puppy. I love it. Probably. Yeah, I have horrible internet. So by the time you reply to my question, it's really bad. But yes, I have been working on, well, like the last time I came from depression, wanted to get involved, start Everything in the store is based on bioorganic. Oh, that's sweet and healthy. They're going to get a sugar tax. Yeah, I don't think this. I don't know. That might work for your country. I don't know. I don't think that would work for America. We try very with cars and energy. We're trying. I mean, Biden is. I don't know. I don't know if spending all that money is the best way to go, but on the other way, he's kind of cornered that if you don't spend all the money, President Biden doesn't spend the money, we're kind of screwed. I mean, as a country, in the way it comes to being able to provide. My dog is awesome and spoiled since I got a scooter. I can take him. Aww, I'm so happy. I bet. Aww. I miss my kitty cats so much. I think about them every day. I think about my kids more, but I mean, but I miss my babies. That aren't babies. That, yeah, but yeah. Um. Oh, yeah. Politically wise speaking, I'm not condoning or discrediting anything. Like politically, I am not going to get involved with who you should go for, who you shouldn't go for, and was and how things are going. It's just my opinion, my personal opinion, and it does not reflect in any way the lifestyle that I'm trying to build, which I'm going to brand, which I'm going to try to put out there. It's a different way of thinking, and I need to get it all PR'd, neatly packaged, um, presented, and I'm really moving towards, yeah, being affordable and being inclusive, very inclusive. That's the hardest part because there are lots of um, things I don't want to include, which is the opposite of being inclusive. I had recovery work group this morning. I probably forget that it's not the same time. It's like different time zone where I'm at. And we talk about depression being the hardest part of being mentally ill, but have to remember life. Yeah, like the depression is sort of like a season for me with bipolar. Um, so I remind myself not to act on depressive thoughts, um, but to weigh in more evidence. So yeah, depression is not easy. I tried to get more involved when I came out of the depression. A lot of people are like, "No, no, we're good," because my past sister like got to the point where I flaked on things, which isn't very like my younger version of me. But like, get back together. Um, but the migraines got worse, and so the flaking on things was bad for a little bit. And I've been trying to take care of migraines. So that's a thing. Taking care of the health came first. So being depressed is not something that stays for life. This is true. Even when it feels like it does, you have to remember that no, it's not going to last. It helps not in a downward spiral. Right. That is true. Saying, treating depression like it's temporary really helps. Our perspective is an extremely powerful tool when it comes towards depression. I hate that I have. Do you have your own channel? I love the stuff you bring up and talk about, but I'd also like it to be in its place. where you can have your own channel, do your own videos where you can talk about this stuff and keep on going and going and going. And then when I have a certain point about a video, we can stay in that certain point. And then on other videos, we can co-op and go together and talk about some of those subjects. You just write them down and we'll have whole shows about them in a while. Yeah, you should get into that. That's great therapy. This has been therapeutic for me. And I know I need to go back and review it and edit a lot of my videos, but I don't. I'm still planning to start another channel. Ooh, that sounds like fun. I am learning to complete things before I go on to the next thing. It's a point of the show. Oh, before you start this other channel. All right. So, okay. So, chronically Red. All right. You're gonna have to teach me how to pronounce that particular chronically Red good Rad Rod Rad Ruda Rududa. You just hopped onto another channel to show me in the same video. That's yeah. I'm like, it has the same name as my Instagram. And I want to focus here on my mental and physical health journey. That is, yeah. Okay, so you've got it all like in its own little box where it belongs, and then you want to do other things. Okay. Radoga is how you would pronounce it, I think. It means rainbow in Russian. Radoga. My kid wants to learn Russian. She thinks everything in the world is either Russian or Mexican. And I'm like, you gotta get out more. So as soon as this, I want to say pandemic is manageable. I want her to get out more. 'Cause there's way more to the world than that. Do you like I do? So what do you like you do? What do you do? Mm, still too sweet. That's what there went straight to the bottom. The pandemic actually didn't change much for me. Yeah, it didn't change much for me as much as it does like the social aspect for my kids. And that's the hardest part is that my kids I went out into the world for a little bit and I'm gonna go out into the world again. But I mean to understand that viewpoint that keeps us from getting stale or getting, where we learn what has been misinformed or ideas that it challenges ideas that may be harmful rather than helpful. Going out into the world, learning that the world's more than Russia, Mexico, and the US. My dear child needs to learn so much more, and I just like, dude, there's way more, and the strange conclusions that they come up with has been interesting. I'm like, you gotta get out more. Do and yoga pronounced like the do, not do, do, Reduga, Reduga, Reduga. Uh, stretching. Uh, I am not ready for Valentine's Day. I was not ready for Bollock. I hope everybody else had a really good Bollock. Uh, hopefully I can pronounce it right. That's all right. I was told by my own mother at the time that I can't pronounce my name right. It's my name. So now we go with my middle name. Yeah. Uh, Karen is a nice middle name. I looked up Karen in the book, something to do with the moon, with the name book that I was given when I was a kid, and it had to do with the name, with the moon, something to do with the moon. I was like, I love it. I want it, and so I took it. It it felt like the rest of the world was forced into some situation I've been living in like my whole life, and the rest will have a taste of what I've been living with. I don't know if that makes sense. So you've been in mostly isolation, mostly been unable to go do things because of your chronic condition, and so now the world has to stay indoors in isolation due to our chronic, it's seemingly chronic pandemic. And it's funny because pandemics swing around every like 10 years, and then like by the time we get to the next pandemic, I mean, it's horrible how we're dealing with this pandemic when I know it's not the only one out there like waiting for us. That's a horrible way to put it. But if you think about where this pandemic might have come from, might have because we need actual evidence. Look, frozen caps melting have had certain diseases stuck in them for ever and ever and ever, and now they're melting, and then we get exposure to these thought out diseases of all different types of pantheons and pantheons. Pantheons is not the word I'm looking for. There's a group of three. It's bacteria, viral, and the other one that nobody talks about. It's like disturbing, horrible. Anyways, yeah, it's like an eye opener for them, and they will understand that a lot of people in the world won't change for them even when everything goes back to normal. Sort of like what we had to deal with at the end of the black plague, the bubonic plague, I believe it was, came at the end of the Dark Ages, and we put it up to the Renaissance. I want to say Renaissance, but preferably I'm not looking it up with the notes. So, when you have attention deficit disorder and you're now like, let's talk about the things that you have studied and learned and you actually know about. They, come out. So, like, yeah, they changed over to that because I mean it wiped out so much. Like, hopefully, remote working will be a bigger thing that'll stay. I mean, and giving us a chance to remember to stay hygienically clean, will be a nice thing. Things that I want to stay even after the pandemic is COVID. After COVID dies down to a point that we feel it's manageable and can go out without having all those, isolation things. I mean, it's just like Japan had started wearing masks after they were ravished by illness and disease, and that was a norm for them. We don't. So we have like emergency isolations where everybody has to stay in and businesses shut down. If we continue to go maskless, we could go where it's a normal thing, at least the next 10 years to the next pandemic, that it's just a thing whereas they would put on a mask if they're not feeling good. We would have every so often a school would shut down because disease outbreak. I'm like, oh, this This will be interesting. I'm starting to doze off. Time to lay down. All right, you have a good night. Have a good rest, and talk to you later. Yeah, I'm probably talking in a lecture voice. It's not as enjoyable to other people. Everybody. I don't know if my viewers enjoy it as much or, you know, or what, but that points that I like to talk about. That lifestyle. Okay, so it's just things that I talk about with coffee where I just ramble on. This for a podcast is what I would do is put it as a podcast. The coffee with Caren would be a podcast if I could. Thinking about that. And then doing other videos for the site with for the videos for the Wise One channel. I'm thinking about doing the cleaning, the cooking, the arts and crafts, the all the other stuff. And cooking because I was thinking about making bread today and chocolate syrup and gonna have to do live videos until I can get the camera working and cloud storage and everything up for a YouTube video. And yeah, I got 2 likes. Oh, from both channels. That's awesome. Thanks for the likes. Oh my gosh. Yay, 2 likes. Um, for this channel, where I want to go is I want to do more come clean with me, come cook with me, cute little inventions to making life easier. Um, one might be I had this inspiration. I want to get in and get down onto it. The kids have way too much crap. Some of them just happen to be toys. So I put them all. I haven't, but I'm in the midst of putting them all in a tote, except for a few select items that they're allowed to play with. And they will earn it. They'll get currency for, I don't know, chores or whatever. I'll figure it out. It's an idea in the making right now. It's that they'll buy it from the tote store, the tote toy store. That way they can get their toys again, and it'll help me cycle through and let them realize what toys they really want to play with and what toys they want to let go, and how many toys they have throughout the day. Because collection toys are burying us. And then when they get gifts, like my sisters decided to get a subscription of crap. Since I mean, I would love to do subscriptions with my kids, but yeah, because there are times when she did them Girl Scouts, she didn't really want to do robotics and stuff, and all of a sudden, it came from my sister. She wants to make a robotic art. It's like, dude, oh, that's all right. Breathe. Yeah. So hopefully, it's an idea. Hopefully, it will go well. They can buy their, stuff with their in-house currency credits, some sort, and then we'll figure it out. And then we'll price stuff, and then they'll learn about economics. They'll learn that they got toys when they go shopping for toys. Yeah, this will help them figure out, and it'll hopefully keep the house cleaner. An idea, I have no idea. If you have thoughts on that, you could write that in the comments. Um, I don't know if other people have experience. I don't know if other people have thought of this or done where it's my mother traumatized me, took all my toys, put them in black trash bags, and took them away. Told me she's going to throw them away. It somehow evolved into what feels like borderline hoarding. I'm like, dude, that whole "I'm not gonna have it later" feeling. Um, yeah, makes me feel like I'll probably lose actual things in my life when they don't appreciate what they have. You know, constantly when we go shopping, I have to point out to my youngest who goes, "Oh, I want this." I go, "What about this in the shopping cart already?" "Oh, yeah." You know, they don't even realize, like, 5 seconds ago, you just put something in the shopping cart. "Do you no longer want this? What do you" "Okay." You know, and they think about this. "Do I wanna put that back or do I wanna get this?" I mean, like, it's only 1 toy. I try to keep it limit, financial limit, 'cause I only have so much to budget with. And now I told them they're not getting any more toys until after way after spring. Um, hopefully it'll clean up a lot. So yeah, yeah, we'll see what happens. They'll appreciate, hopefully, they'll find appreciation in it. It's not to teach them to appreciate the toys, it's to manage the mess mostly. Seems backfiring. We'll see what happens. We'll get into it, and I'll try to keep you updated. I'll try to make a video of it, and that'll be fun. I really don't have the equipment. God has made it. Fiance has made it a point, really, not to live with me, but to just stay over with me. Um, yeah, made it an express point not to bring more over than he needs to stay with me because he doesn't want to leave the house where his wife lives. So, nice weeks. I'm hearing every excuse about this is me off is why he doesn't just go. He wants me to listen to the fact that he doesn't feel that way. Da, 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 da. He says these things. 'Cause he may not even realize himself how he actually is. It's possible. Oh, it would be nice. Consider it if you figure out what he really wants and not to just really hurts. So we'll figure it out. It's crazy life. Financially challenged because some people don't understand what poor is. Not yet making millions of dollars, kinda in a horribly vulnerable spot. It's not like it's not work. It's not like my work isn't towards getting self-efficient and resilient, self-resilient, and being able to do things on my own 2 feet easier if I didn't have that feeling. Like, guilt me into the fact that I'm in a position as it is. Get rid of look down for the mental health. Like, you wanna learn how to not body shame people and to the culture of fat shaming or speak ill of people because of their accent, but then talk bad about people because of their mental health, or to look at, people, period. Like, they're people and they deserve, look at all people like they deserve a good life and that they're good people would have a very different society that I've been exposed to. It's certainly a different society. That's the lifestyle I want to make, is a more inclusive lifestyle, a lifestyle where we value each other, no matter any side of any fence, any political fence, any financial fence, any kind of mental fence, that if we were inclusive and together and united as a humankind, as a living, breathing society, which is a living, breathing organism, we treated each other a little bit more respect, consideration, reverence for our own divinity, for what we are. We are all, every blade of grass to every single ramifications of what that means. Sometimes it feels like it seems too much for the way we're taught now to understand. But I know exactly this right now. Closest to me are never going to understand my inspiration for unity and inclusion and understanding and respect, humanity. Just because we're humans doesn't mean we can't treat each other with humanity. Treat ourselves with humanity, treat others with humanity. Like, my fiance wants to tell me not to have a drink, but I shouldn't go anywhere near having a castle. I shouldn't have a castle that helps people out. You know, and if it's impossible, my psychologist says maybe you shouldn't do it because it's impossible. It shouldn't be for everybody. You hear, I don't like the fact that I've grown up with stories that people who have done the impossible said to all those naysayers that went and did it anyways. To do it anyways. To treat shit. To make my lifestyle an inspiration. I inspire to have. Go for it. Be clear, work on it, provide it for other people. Dr. Montessori can help disabled or kids, all the way to anyone and everybody, learn how to function, make it in this world. Perfect chance. Their choices were pretty fun. And she worked a lot, and all sorts of things. Kind of read more about her work. There's so much we can do, so much we can try for. I'm not ready. This will be uh, being alive on planet Earth. Besides what I've been taught, what I've been exposed to, what I aspire to. Yeah. Someday, you'll hear about Wise One, and it'll be a common name for his house, a common belief Not so much that you have to be morally, you know, strict and follow a certain moral code in order to get into a great afterlife. But, can we create a better life here in the living? That would be part of the dream. Instead of waiting to heaven, have a great afterlife, we should create a great life here so we can enjoy it, so that we can all thrive. Why is it that some get to thrive and some get to not thrive? Why is it, why are we divided between haves and have-nots? You can still try for things, even if things have been like handed to you, shelter, clean water, air, breathe. Doesn't mean you shouldn't strive. Doesn't mean that we're not going to strive. We're not a horrible way to come up. It's not the tragedy that inspired us to be better. It's how we took tragedies in our life. It's how we perceived what we could do with them. It's how we took control, which is an illusion. It's how we disciplined ourselves, how we engaged into who and what we are, the results of what we did and what happened to us that we didn't do, but took that essence of what we can do about it. That's the most powerful part. How we organized, how we, it's the kind of thing people need. And other living beings on this planet need. I'm like, we can't only think about ourselves. I run to another planet. I'm not gonna give up on this dream because I believe in it. I believe, but one for the fact that others believed in their dreams and they had all their odds stacked against them. It's what it is that they believed in that made it, even if it was 400 years after their death. But still, there was a belief in helping each other out. Christianity, there was a belief in doing what we believe is right, what we believe in each other, what we believe it's right for one, it's right for all. That's the hardest part. You know, that stands. No matter what goes on in my life, is our belief for each other, for life, living that cute little stream of electricity that's flowing, energy, pure and just energy going through all of us, planets, infinity, being able to access that for each other, believing in each other and all people. That wonderful, just awe-inspiring. I mean, how else do you? I can't quite put a name or thing or place on life itself. We call it life, but it has so many definitions. It has so much we're defining and learning and redefining life itself. our lives, lives before us, lives after us. Great and powerful love. Man, goes beyond goes beyond God, but then it also recedes and it goes down. It's love. It's ever this life, this essence of who we all are. Time, all that stuff, what we are, what we can become and grow into. That I can't give up on. My understanding of our potential. It hurts to have naysayers, and it hurts to have people be mean to you. It hurts to have people be mean to me. It really does hurt. I understand they don't know any better. They really don't know any better. But of all the things they do know, I still believe them. And all the ones that I wish would stay away from me so that they can go hurt themselves and leave me the F alone. Great. People like that screw it in my life. Great. Be really great. Yeah. Well, people want just, yeah. All right. So I am going to let you guys go. And in the next video, talk more about seeing where this channel can go, what I want to do with this channel. Maybe evolve the Coffee with Karen into a podcast. Comment, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell me about those kinds of things that if you'd like to have this as a podcast, this Coffee with Karen as a podcast, and then more videos of me cleaning, more videos of me on here on the YouTube channel, doing experiments, cooking, uh, inspirational ideas, lifestyle changes that I want to explore, and we can get in there and do some experiments and do some channels, and love to get more sympathetic with it. Mostly I'm doing this channel, I think, to brand a lifestyle that I want to create, that I'm inspired to. I don't quite know where it is and all of it yet, so I can't package it as this is this is my idea, this is my brand, this is the way it's going to go yet. So you'd have to join me because I can't just one thing. I can't just one aspect spiritual thing and to narrow it down. I can't niche lifestyle. So I mean, I've tried. I've tried so hard to niche things. What is my niche in YouTube? Lifestyle covers a lot. A lot. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we're going to, because I dabble a little bit this lifestyle, a little bit that lifestyle, and I'm not like, oh, I like this, I like that, but it's not quite clicked into the right lifestyle. So where's one lifestyle? Yeah, that I'm going to try to brand. That I'm going to try to arts and crafts. That I'm going to try to grow. I'm going to try to grow that brand, lifestyle brand, a way to get your reins on not making enough money, living a chaotic lifestyle. I could get there, and I would love your help. I appreciate your support so far. The fact that I have 19 subscribers is more than I anticipated, more than I could hope for, and I really appreciate you coming along on this journey, and I look forward to seeing you guys with me. And I really just I want to support you guys, and I really appreciate you guys supporting me. So, I gotta go pee, which tells me that it is time to go. I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a good one. See you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.